Hey everyone, No Clue and welcome back to another Overpowered Wheels update. It's been way too long since I've done any one of these, and if you don't understand what took so long, it's because of that. And there's a video here explaining it, and not in too much detail, but it still covers the gist of things. So, as you can see, y'all, the looks about as overfilled as it did in the last video I just pointed at, but it is no longer sitting in the corner of death. The Ford is now taking its place, and there's still a pile there to be taken care of, but I'm getting kind of stir crazy from all this cleaning. All I want to do is work on this, so I'm going to work on this a little bit, clean up, work on this a little bit, clean up, and so the cycle continues. But anyhow, last time we got our body mounts made, and you can see there the ribbing that holds the body up. So I'll work on getting my seat height set and the bed set sort of in the same video, because it's all hinging on how high do I want the seat, because I want to be as low in this thing as possible to maintain its whole low center of gravity deal. That's sort of been the theme of it, with the frame being a few inches off the ground. It's kind of just hovering there. So the plan is to unbury the bed, which is sitting right there. It's pretty deep in there, and the seat, which is sitting on top of that. And we're gonna get it all figured out, because that's what I was working on right before I got all the stuff to convert the front end of that from the twin I-beam to the dual A-arm setup, because the twin I-beam's god awful for anybody who's ridden in one, and it's horrible on tires. So we're gonna work on this. So I'll get it cleaned off, get it sort of mocked up, and I'll be right back. Alright, you can see now that I have the bed back on here with the seat sitting in her. And right now, unfortunately I had to cut the bottom of the bed out. I didn't want to, because I figured that'd be kind of cool to leave the bottom of the bed in. But after it was all said and done, I would sit way too high in this thing, and it felt really top heavy, not even moving at all. You can see I got a couple 2x4s here. I actually got to go up just a little bit higher than the 2x4 to make sure the chain clears the seat, because that's going on the inside of the axle, and there's going to be a chain routing there. So yeah, see that actually the bed is supported pretty well right where it's at. Oh, it doesn't look like it, but yeah, there's always a point of most of my builds where I have no clue what I was thinking on this as far as my initial choices, because I'm starting to really regret using this massive engine in here, although it'll be really cool when it pays off, when the thing's actually running and driving, because this thing's going to have stupid power and stupid torque. So I'm going to make my final measurements, and I'm going to cut here, or well, make my measurements after I cut, but I'm going to cut this bottom piece off like I figured I was going to, and I'm going to raise it up to the back here, so I got more places to frame off of and make the tailgate even stronger, because right now the body's got a moving issue. So we're going to get the body all figured out and the seat figured out, so I can be sitting in the thing and see how my chain runs are going to go. And then once I get, although the chain run's going to come later, once I get that figured out, I got to finish up the front of the frame here, because right now there's really nothing holding my wheels on other than a piece of 2x2 or 1x1 box on the front there, and that's not good enough for me. So I'm going to cut here, and we'll be right back. Ooh. Alright, now some time has elapsed. I've almost tripped. I've completely redesigned the rear end of this thing, and as far as the way I thought it was initially going to go, this tailgate's probably not going to open at this point, because I'm thinking, well, one, it's kind of redundant at this point, because there's no reason for it to open, and the seat's touching it. So It's probably just going to get screwed shut. But anywho, I got the seat just sitting here. It's no longer on the wood mount system. It has beams. So I didn't think this thing as thoroughly as I could have. It's pretty much just simple, and I was winging it as I went, and it makes the most sense. So I got these two connecting beams here, and I'm going to take this old seat mount off that came with the seat. I'm going to chop these edges off, and I'm going to leave the lip on the front there so I have something else to weld against, make it as solid as possible. And I'll have a little bit of adjustment, not that much. It'll probably be about 1/2 inch. So the adjustments, I'm probably just going to adjust it as far back till it's touching this as I can and call it good, because there's not that much room, and this thing is open as it looks right now. I still got to run a chain through there, put a gas tank on it, which will probably be hiding back in here now, and run some wiring for lights and brakes potentially. And then I got to figure out steering and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I also added, and this is going to cause the lowrider on the back, just knocking stuff over again. I'm gonna end up lopping this bar off at these uprights here, because you can see I now have a higher bumper there. It not only looks cleaner, I'm also going to use it to support the body, and I need to remount my body because now that I have that there, you can see it's a tad bit crooked, so that'll be getting done. I think I'm just going to raise the one side, make as much room as possible. But yeah, it's a lot of steel in a little area now, and it's not exactly the way I wanted it, but it falls into the category of good enough, because once it's all together, you're never going to see it. Unless I roll the thing, then you're going to see it, but you're going to be too busy laughing at the fact that I rolled the little powered wheels. Then, ooh, look at those frame designs. Now all you need to do is work on the front of the front end of it, get the back mount set up so the body is more rigid, and then I could work on power plants and making the thing run. There's a lot less left to do than what I'm thinking, but as far as making it running, is got to bolt the engine back down because it's kind of out of its cradle, because I have this to roll it around until I get the steering hooked up. But I'm going to call that an update, and until then guys, hope you liked the video, and until then I'll catch you next time.